I have worked in sales in Nigeria. I currently work in sales in Germany. I have watched customers behave differently in both countries. And recently, I built a business in Nigeria that have reached a value of over 53 million naira in just 5 months. But the biggest lessons I learned was not just about money. It was about something most Nigerian businesses completely underestimate. And this one mistake is costing businesses millions every single year. Because the difference between a struggling business and a million-euro business is not always the product. Sometimes it's simply how you understand your customers. Now, before you jump and then, misunderstand me, I'm not saying that German businesses are better than Nigerian businesses. That's what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, there are many Nigerian businesses that are killing it right now in Nigeria. But what I've come to realize is for someone that, that have done sales or that have lived in Nigeria and I currently live in Germany, and I've seen sales and businesses from both sides of the world, I've come to understand that there's one thing that successful businesses have in common, which is they've hacked and they understand human psychology. And that is why I'm going to be sharing these top secrets with you guys today. So let's dive in. Now, the first on my list is people don't buy your product, they buy trust. And this is probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned, living in both worlds, is how trust is being displayed in both sides of the world is completely different. For example, in Germany, before people buy, they need proof. They will not just buy something because you are saying it's good. No, people will check reviews, they will check documentation, they will check clear processes. They want guarantee that if something happens to the product, am I safe? Will I get my money back? You get what I'm saying? That is how you build trust. You get what I'm saying? This is what I've come to realize. There's the difference between most companies in Nigeria and Germany. And that's the honest truth. For example, in Germany, they have something called a 30-day policy, which means if you buy anything in Germany, you have 30 days to review and return it back if you don't like it, and you get your money back 100%. I've done this many times. Amazon, if you buy something on Amazon, they give you a 30-day money back guarantee. So which means if you buy something you don't like it, you can send it back to them and they give you your money back. But in Nigeria, how many companies have that kind of policy? How many companies? So if I'm a customer and I have two businesses, one is in Nigeria, one is in Germany, which one am I most likely going to buy from? Which one will I most likely trust? The one that gives me guarantee of my money back, or the one that doesn't give me guarantee of my money back? I am most likely going to pick this one, right? That is human psychology. Now that is why they win and we lose most times, because we are greedy. That's the honest truth. We just want to just sell. We don't care about, let me just collect the money. I don't care how the customer feels. I don't care if the person doesn't come back tomorrow. But in Germany, they care about customers' relationship. They care about that. And this is something that I've seen. There is a big difference between how, not all, but how most companies run in Nigeria compared to Germany. Now, the second on my list is most Nigerian business don't have a sales system. And that's the honest truth. I've come to realize that many people, again, I'm Nigerian, so I know. Living in Germany, I realized how much emphasis companies place on systems. It is they do a lot of research. They invest a lot of money into sales processes. They do a lot. Many of them are obsessed with processes. Yes, because they want it to, like I said, they want it to make it as easy as possible and as optimized as possible for customer experience. And that's something that I introduced into my business. And that's how I was able to grow my business from 0 to 53 million in just 5 months. It's systems. That's what you need. You need to introduce system. So if you have a business today that cannot function without you, you are already in deficit. Yes, you are already making a big mistake, because many of us in Nigeria, we just believe in hope. We believe that God will do it. We don't believe in system, in optimizing the system. We just believe, let me just go and hope that customers will come, or you post on your WhatsApp status and then you hope that you get referrals, or you pay somebody, one of these influencers, to influence your business for you, and then you will hope that from them you will get customers. Sometimes it might work, but most times it doesn't, because most of these influencers, from my personal experience, they don't know how to convert clients. That's the honest truth. They cannot convert their audience. You get what I'm saying? You need a sales system. And if you want to know how to do this, if you want to know how I was able to do this, click on the link that's pinned in the comments below to book a consultation with me, and I will show you how to do it. I will review your business and I will check what is wrong with it, and then I will tell you, do this, do this, do this, and you will see the difference. And that is one thing I want you to understand. So please, if you don't have a system in place, please, you need to You need to introduce a system in your business today. Okay, now the fourth on my list is stop competing on price. Many Nigerian companies, we just want to, we think pricing is the best way to win customers, and in some fields maybe. But one thing I want you to know is the bigger your businesses get, sometimes pricing might work against you, because sometimes cheap is not always the best. Sometimes cheap even signals low quality. Yes, especially if you are dealing with high value customers. When they see that you are cheap, they tend to, associate something being cheap to low quality, and that's the truth. And I've come to see this many times. Nigerian businesses, we just want to be the cheapest. Let me just get as many people as possible into my company, which sometimes it might work, like I said, depending on the kind of business that you are into. But generally, it doesn't really work, because valuable businesses, they build brands, and being cheap doesn't correlate with the brand. And that's the honest truth. Let's look at Apple, for example. There are many phones out there like Infinix, like Techno, but people will still go towards Apple. Infinix is cheaper, Techno is cheaper, but many people use iPhone in Nigeria. Why? Because iPhone sells what? It sells status. It sells experience. When people see you using an iPhone, they automatically attach some level of status to you. And people know this. You get what I'm saying? People know this. Why do you think that happens? Why? iPhone could easily sell for cheap and they will still sell. But because they understand human psychology, they understand that what they are selling is status. They are selling value. They are selling a brand. And this is why people tap into this, because of what? Human psychology. They've tapped into this. So don't always sell yourself cheap. Don't think because you are going to sell yourself cheap, customers will come. Yes, they might come, but what kind of customers are you attracting? Are they the real customers you want, or are they just everybody? What do you want? Okay, this is something I think many Nigerian companies need to understand, especially if you want to compete on a global scale. You need to compete from a value standpoint, not a price standpoint. You forget about pricing. Focus on branding. Focus on packaging. Once people associate value to you, or people associate experience to you, I promise you, even if you are charging premium price, people will want to associate with you. People will buy from you. You will attract the right customers. You will partner with the right investors, because they want to partner with value. And that is the honest truth. That is what I introduced into my business, and that's how I'm able to grow my business, because I understand human psychology, and I was able to take my business from 0 to 53 million in just 5 months. Yes, the same market that is chaotic, we turned it into a market that everybody wants to do business with us now. And that's the truth. So like I said, think differently. Don't always sell yourself cheap. Value is everything. Packaging and branding is everything. Luxury is what you want to sell. Okay, and this leads me to the next point, which is customer experience is your hidden marketing. People underestimate the power of referral. Yes, people underestimate the power of customer experience. One customer that have the best experience can refer 10 customers to you that would also, come with because those customers are coming pre-sold. But many Nigerian businesses, what we just focus on is, let me just sell today. We don't think ahead. We just want to just sell today. Even if the customer have a negative experience, we don't care. I will give you guys an example. When we're building our business in Nigeria, cause I live in Germany, so we reached out to a carpenter in Nigeria to help us to to design the office in a certain way. They wanted the office to look a certain way, so we reached out to a carpenter that someone recommended to us. We needed chairs, we needed him to do some things, do this, do that, and he gave us a quotation. And we told him, okay, this is what we want. And he said, yeah, no problem, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you. And he did everything for us. We paid him, only for us to realize that the chairs that he gave us were bad. Yes, only for us to realize that the wood that he used were wrong wood. But because we're not in Nigeria, he just did rubbish for us. You get what I'm saying? And then when we got to Nigeria, we realized, oh, this is bad, this is wrong, this is that. And I had friends that also wanted to invest or do businesses in Nigeria. I could have, refer this guy to those friends, like 6 or 7 of my friends. But I told them, do not do business with this guy. Now we are trying to branch out. We are trying to get bigger. We need a bigger space. This guy would have been someone that would have called, and he would have gotten an opportunity to get a bigger project with us. But because we had a negative experience with him, I completely blocked him, from having opportunities to work with other people, other business owners. And that is just one person. Now imagine if he did a good job with us. Imagine the opportunity that he would have gotten. And there are many people today that all they care about is, let me just see how much I can get from this person, ignoring the experience, only caring about the money. You get what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, focus on experience. Don't focus on the money now. Focus on value. Focus on giving your customer the best value they can get. And I promise you, the money will come. I'm telling you, because those customers will refer good customers to you, and that is what you want. Especially as a startup, you need value. You need to focus on value. Don't focus on money. Don't focus on breaking even. Once you focus on value enough, I promise you, breaking even will come naturally. The money will come naturally. Profit margin will increase naturally. So focus on customer experience, and I promise you, you will be fine. And this is something that I come to realize in Germany. Companies are obsessed with giving customers the best experience possible. They will go above and beyond to make sure that customer gets the best experience possible. They don't care, even if it means that the company will lose money. They focus more on customer experience, and because they understand human psychology, if that customer has a good experience, that customer will refer you, and that referral is your hidden marketing strategy, because whoever they are referring is coming to you pre-sold, and that is what you want to leverage on. Okay, and last on my list is businesses must think long term. Like I said, I'm piggybacking on the last point. Many companies, especially in Nigeria, because that is my experience, they don't think long term. They only think about today. Let me just go and sell today and then worry about tomorrow. That is the wrong mindset. You are setting yourself up for failure. You need to plan ahead. You need to always have a 5-year plan when you are going into a business, when you are starting up a business. Your goal should not be to make money in the beginning. Many of us just want to just make money. That is the wrong mindset. Your goal should be, okay, how do I survive enough to stay in the business for at least for the next 5 years? And then you can now leverage on compounding effect. You get what I'm saying? So if you stay in the business long enough, I'm telling you, compound effect will work in your favor. Don't focus on, on making money now. Focus on putting in systems that when you are not there, the company will work with or without you. Focus on employing people that would also imbibe or that would buy into that idea, and then sell the vision to them long term. Have a 5 to 10 year vision for yourself. Don't have a vision for 6 months. Of course, set short-term goals that are achievable, but set those goals with the mindset of a long-term goal. Don't even think about breaking even for the next 1 year. In short, I would say 2 years. Focus on surviving. Focus on staying in the business long enough, and I promise you, you will see your result soon enough. You get what I'm saying? So this is the video for today, guys. I hope I was able to help you in some way or shape or form. And let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.